Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me a second. Yeah, welcome. A little bit early today for a change of, like, for once. Let's put it that way. For once, we are early. The plan was to do some terrain stuff today, but then I realized that I'm really annoyed by all the validation errors. So the plan would be to look at those today. Update view, no. Create light. Oh, here. Okay. So yeah, the plan would be to look at those validation errors. And then maybe a little bit of cleanup for the render graph, because we ported it to the node graph, but realistically it was a little bit rushed and not fully, let's say, or very nicely implemented, let's put it that way. So probably we will fix that along the way. Yeah. But yeah, let's get right into it, I guess. First things first, let's rename those. Because why not? And then I think, well, let's see. I think the first, or like one of the first errors we get is like with the clustering. I think at least. You should have fixed yourself, but okay. Huh? Oh. So there is that, and then why did that only change half of them? Oops. Confusing. Alright. So what's new as well? That one is still a little bit annoying as well. I added like this one. Well, maybe I showed it already a little bit, but yeah, the keyboard is as well here. And they are now nicely colored as well. And when you scroll, there is like the direction of the scroll as well. So that's that. That's what, well, it's not just that what I did, but yeah. I fixed a little bit the Windows build as well yesterday. All kinds of things. That is kind of weird that we get that, but I will look at that as well. But for now, I'm more interested in those. No, okay. It's not open diagnostics, I think. Togger? Nah. Unfortunate, I would have hoped. Well, I mean, I guess we can do... I mean, we could do Neo, maybe. Is there a last session log here? Okay, that doesn't exist. What? Gee. How did I do that? Well, I would have wanted to do that, but okay. Whatever. It works. For now. Do I see which descriptor set that is? Why does it not have a name? Do I not give descriptor sets names yet? I thought I do. Or this one has a name. So I'm not sure which descriptor set this is. That will probably be a little bit harder to find, but let's see. I mean, maybe it is that. But the question is, why is that even a thing? I think the best would be to do a couple of things. So first of all, well, that's not what I wanted. First of all, close all of those and then go back here. And then probably pipeline. Would be nice to set a name here. Wait, maybe we do set a name? Oh, we do. That takes a string view, okay. Oops. I mean, I think none of them will actually go here, but still, let's do a string view name. Well, actually, and then if name empty, then I would want to have a breakpoint here. I think that should actually work. Although that doesn't, if it breaks in the, if it breaks on the unloaded, it doesn't really help me a whole lot, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could find via the asset ID what it is. The question is why why is it even empty? Because I assume we should never have that case. Oh, well, actually we might. When we load it from disk, I guess. So for example, in the shader graph, we do that, right? In the where? Render graph. Task, maybe? Where do we load the shader? It's not here, I guess. Well, I thought it would be here, but probably it's not. Well, actually it is. Actually... in that case, how about shader create shader instance. This gives me the asset, right? Can I then do properties? Or can I do shader asset ID? Actually, maybe here, right? Ah, well, no, it's out parameter. So maybe we do get, and we give it the path as well, right? I think that is possible, right? Is it? Is it not? I mean, it would be nice. Maybe we add another one there just for that. mean, I guess. You can do it like that. And then that would be asset system. Get asset metaphor. Shader asset ID. Probably get name. I mean, I guess we could get the full path as well. But get name is fine, I think. I think that should give us hopefully the asset name. At least I hope it does. Oh, but then we probably have to set it further. Yeah, that might not be good enough, but let's see. So the shader, it has an asset ID and that one is empty, right? Okay. And then the question is if we move forward, it's still empty, but that one has a path, right? Yeah. So I think what we will do is restore that before. Restore, like retrieve asset name in case it's we only do that if our shader asset ID get path is empty. Then we do that. That should help quite a lot. Is that now updated? Maybe not, right? Maybe I need to reload. Okay, yeah, we have a name here now. Perfect. The descriptor set is still garbage. I guess for the descriptor set I have another idea. But I'm not sure if I have the necessary information here. Actually we might. Or maybe not. Where is the descriptor set stuff? So that creates a new VK allocate descriptor sets. Debug name. Okay. Is that even used somewhere? That one is not. Oh, it is you. But where is that? Well, in that case, shouldn't you be fine? But it's a set, right? So that doesn't really help a whole lot. Or does it? This one, and it has... Well, I mean, I guess it should be... Where do we do the descriptor set then? So that's the layout, that's fine. Ah, here, create descriptor set. I guess what we could do maybe... Here for each U and 8, I guess. I mean, probably it's fine to... get right descriptors. Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you? How is your engine going? That is VK object type descriptor set. That one will be M descriptor set, probably at the index. Huh. At least that's my idea of it. And then... the name would be descriptor set. Layout get right descriptor set at I. Yeah. But then the question is, does this have any... It should have a name, right? Oh, wait. Okay. Well, I guess we could do then. Wait. Yeah, I guess we would do begin, right? Basically, we do a auto first descriptor info. Plus I. And then we get the second, or the first actually. Or that probably doesn't work, right? I'm doing great. My conclusion is that it's not worth the trouble at the moment. Yeah. I think I briefly looked at them as well. But yeah, didn't really get far as well with that. Can I do this? Oh, I can. Maybe we loop through those like that then. But I'm not even sure if that will work. But let's see. So I guess we delete everything in here. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but fine. And then let's say auto it is right descriptor sets begin, while it is not our end. Now we do plus that. Yeah, exactly. Oops. And then, well, that's not it, right? Oh yeah, that's the name, and we need the object handler. And the object handler is a little bit hard to get, I guess. Because I don't think it's just that. I mean, maybe it is, right? We do a void. But isn't that already that's a pointer, right? Probably. I'm not even sure if I support more than one, but whatever. Isn't it that? Did I not want an object there? Oh, it's a UNT 64, okay. Where do we actually use that? I'm confused. Oh, we just cast it like that to a UN64. Or that should have worked then, I guess, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, C++ unfortunately has a lot of weird quirks, let's say. Yeah, so it's really unfortunate. I guess I cannot do that, which is kinda annoying. I would want to see if we even have more than one, but yeah. Why do you drop Raylib and code your own? I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm by no means anyone that would tell you anything otherwise, right? I'm doing my own as well. But how many do we have here? It's always only one, I think, anyways. Oh, actually, it's not. See, and this one, for example, yeah. I'm wondering if I would need to cast it to a point of pointers to advance it. Like do this, and then plus. Do I do a size of there? Is that how it works? I rarely do raw pointer arithmetic. It's not +1, right? Or is it +1? Or is that then an I here? Is it like that? Maybe, right? At least it doesn't complain too much. And I guess we subscript it like that. Does that work? No, right? That will probably horribly fail. Yeah, that's what I thought that would happen. Object handle is 0. Wait, why? Why would it be 0? Yeah, I think that doesn't work right. Not our worst working with shaders. Nice. I mean, as I said, I'm by no means an expert, so yeah. I'm still learning graphics. And currently I can't even do that. Let me quickly look something up. Wait, actually, maybe that's wrong what I'm doing here. Why do I have... Wait a second. How does that even work? Does that even work? What? Hold on. I give it multiple layouts. No, wait, I don't give it multiple layouts. I only give it one set. Why am I doing it like that? Hold on. It's just that. What am I doing? I was confusing myself here for a second. That is just M descriptor set. And then that would be probably the debug name, but I'm not even sure what that would be then. That's the problem. Ah, that's why I wanted to do it like that. I see, but yeah. That doesn't really work. Wait, what am I? Wait. The descriptor set is the actual thing. Let's open the sky shader, right? Okay, well, we don't have their one, so scattering.h, I guess. Yeah. Or was that the smartest one? Probably not. Because I don't think we have... Okay. Atmospheric. Oh, shader. Scattering is not it. I mean, I guess, for example, light clusters. Oh, we have one set, but multiple bindings, right? So how about... Yeah, let's do that actually. I think that makes more sense. So we don't do that. That's fine. But we go to shader instance probably. When we create the descriptor set, debug name empty. Beautiful. Genius me. Let's set that one to nothing. But let's do a format. Shader name underscore shader set, right? That's the idea. And we do here shader get ID get path plus oh well, actually we might not need that. Delete that. Well, that's not what I wanted, but fine. Let's give it this. Gee, so many errors here. Well, it's only the... Huh? I don't have a... Wait, what? Ah, it says create descriptor set. So that one, delete. Turn that. We might as well touch that right away here as well, fix the clang tidy while we are here, but for now let's not do that. Let's create that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And then let's go to implementation. That actually worked, Jesus. And then we don't have a... Wait, what? Ah, here. Yeah, exactly. And then if Onyx is retail is false, then we do string view name doesn't matter, right? Shader get ID get path. And then here we do that. That is shader name. And layout gets that probably. Set an int? I think it is, right? Or if it would work. Yeah, that's the uint. I think that could work. Let me quickly go back. Oh, shader. Where do we have one of those push? Well, not push constant, sorry. I mean, yeah, no, I think that's fine. Because inside the set, we have multiple bindings, right? And that's... but that's another thing. Okay. I think that could work. Where need as var here if Onyx is... Well, actually, couldn't we... Yeah, no, let's do that. If we are read-tear, we do that. Else we do that. Otherwise, we basically stop. Here, I think, I guess. Probably. Not even sure, does it have that creation? Poor descriptors. Yeah, we do. Okay. So I guess we mark that one as well as if Onyx is read-tear. Okay, cool. That kind of works. Probably. Let's see if we get more info now. In our Vulkan validation layers. Oh yeah, I wanted to show now that a little bit more people are here, my awesome new debug UI that I, to be honest, wiped a little bit together because I'm too lazy to write imgui. So we have this one, which is the mouse, and we have this one, which is the old one already, but a little bit more polished with a keyboard. And the mouse as well, it has like scroll indicators as well, so it has a gradient up and down depending on where we are scrolling, which is, I think, kind of nice. Anyways, we don't... Well, we kind of have already a couple of validation errors, but not really. So let's do that and then kill it. And then we reload that one, and let's see. Well, that's unfortunate. It wanted to output something here, but it definitely is garbage. Perfect. I'm wondering if I would need to store that here in a string. which is kind of unfortunate. Something I want to look at actually, because I don't think that should be how it's working. In my opinion, that should be valid until we reach the end of the scope, but I guess it's not for some reason. Which I'm not quite sure why. Okay, yeah, now we have it. No, we don't have it. It's still garbage. Why? What the hell? So that one is fine, right? But then this one is garbage. Why is that one? Do we store? Wait. Okay, so then I think this was fine actually. And it was more an issue of this one here. I'm wondering, the get ID, okay, it returns a temp. And then that returns a temp. But should that be still valid? Even if it should point to the correct. Maybe not. We are not storing those in the. I see. Okay. That's. Okay. I guess I do that then. Even though it's a little bit sus. Probably we'll put a comment here. Asset ID should be returned by a value here. Yeah, so we probably need to replicate the string ID logic for this to work nicely, but it's fine. Well, actually, I think just returning a reference here already, a const reference should be enough, I think. Otherwise, we can still keep it alive. It doesn't matter. Worst case, we will keep it alive. But I would want to return a copy there because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't want to do that before doing the terrain because I want to get rid of all the validation errors, and then we can have a clean build and do the terrain. Because I am sick of pushing those validation errors always away. It's not good practice. Update light clusters 1. Beautiful. And then the descriptor set layout needs a name as well. But otherwise, that kind of works. Was there not a better? Well, whatever. Oh, I think I might have killed. Or let's see. I will look at that later. But actually, we could improve it slightly. If the layout get right descriptor sets count is exactly 1. Then we will do something different. So I guess we will cache that. Actually, I might be able to do that in a string view. If it is that, then we do get descriptor, get right descriptor at please get right descriptor sets. So perfect. First or begin first. Is that not fine? Why would that not work? Oh, size probably, sorry. Else we again do that, but with a double thing. And now that is shader name and layout get set. And then here, that one is just format, debug name, sorry. And the shader name, let's actually wipe that from here, put that here, perfect. Yeah, it's fine. Beautiful. And I guess... Yeah, perfect. Now it fits into one line. Beautiful. Good. I think that makes it a little bit more even like nicer. If there is only one descriptor, like if there is only one binding on the set, it will use that binding's name. Otherwise, it will just set, because there is so many bindings, we wouldn't know which one to use, right? So here it should now say exactly cluster AABBs. Although, why? I'm curious, why would that... Okay, no, it was actually already working, kinda. It doesn't really matter. I guess, okay, I guess in this case, maybe I've over-engineered it. Let's just do that. It's fine. I think that's fine. Okay. But that gives us already a lot more information, but there is, I think, still one missing. Maybe as well. Let's do set like that. Why not? Because that's basically how it's defined in the shader as well. You go here. Where was it? Here it's set equals, and then we basically do the same. Okay. The descriptor set layout needs still a name, so let's add that. We do that here probably, right? Do you have a name? No, you don't. Where are you created is the other question. Maybe there is a way to name you. Oh. So here we do a make unique. Do we have any additional data here? Not a lot actually. I mean, I guess. Wait, we are in shader? Oh, we are in shader. Then we have a lot of information. Never mind. Okay, then let's do that probably. Let's do a unique pointer of descriptor set. Well, actually we could do an auto here. Or let's do just layout, I guess. we take that. Go at the end of the line, paste that, close that, perfect. And we do that again, if is retail. And we do that. As we do another branch. And if, and then we do this. And here we do get path. No. Well, I would need to look at shader, but actually the shader probably doesn't have that. Right. It has the shader hash, but even then, why do we even have that is the other question. Because I don't think it adds a whole lot. Never mind, maybe I don't have that much information. I'm wondering, where do we call that? Here and here. I guess we could, because that's a reference to a shader, okay. I mean, I guess here we have the file, right? Path. Yeah. So what we could do I have a path or do I have the asset ID? That's the question. I have a path, okay. Well, not too bad, but yeah. Guess we do that. I mean, maybe it would be nice to have that anyways. Might as well, in that case. String ID 64, right? Why not? That would be a little bit painful. We probably have a couple of places where that now fails. That's fine. And then let's see, Vulkan shader. Yeah. We probably rename that as well. Because that way it automatically is just how we would want it, and we have the ID there and the path as well out of the box. Set shader hash. Yeah, let's do a string ID here. Shader ID. Oh, but never mind. Hold on. Back. Everything back. It's not that simple, never mind. It is a hash. It is a hash because it's more than just the path. So probably we will add another member here. Actually, we could probably just do that in one go and then do here another private section. Do here a public section. String. Well, I guess we could do a string view here. Get path. Then void set path. Actually, let's do that. And let's actually do an override. All right. That should do it. Then we can do here entry shader set path to well, to shader path, I guess, or path. Is it path? What is it? I guess I don't want absolute file path actually. Where? I mean, maybe. Shader path, I guess. Let's do shader path. That's fine. And then there's another place exactly. And I'm not sure. Disk shader cache path, I guess. But it's probably not the same thing, right? But it's fine, I guess. Where do we have the disk shader cache? Oh. Yeah, no, okay, then never mind. We don't do that. Or actually we do that here, but we don't do that. Wherever we load, if we have loaded and we are up to date, then we do entry. Okay, not entry, sorry. Or maybe we do entry? Shader? Set path, yeah. To shader path. Perfect. And then with that, we can go back to shader.a. Well, shader.cpp probably. And then here, finally, to string name is our get path, and we would only file system path get file name. That returns a string, yes. Now we can that there. Then all we need is a new descriptor set layout. Why is it so weirdly formatted? But actually we could probably do a string view here. Why not? That should be fine. Wait, what have I done here? Oh, okay. Never mind. That was not it. I wanted to paste it here. And then do a set resource name. Device get handle. Descriptor set. Object type. Descriptor set layout, thank you. Why? Well, I guess it's fine. But this is bizarre, this formatting here. Okay, I need to. That is not nice, to say the least. And I would want this to be indented. Why is it not indented? This should normally be a separate indentation. Hey, fishy old fishy. Welcome. Wait. Is it? It's anyways weird. Why is it? Shouldn't you be here? That is a very bizarre indentation. Something really scuffed is going on here. That's why I was confused about it as well. Okay, yeah, whatever. We will deal with that later. So I think that should hopefully give us now descriptor set layout names as well in the debug output. So I'm adding all those debug names so that it's easier in the long run to debug all of that. That should have already been the case that I had added that, but yeah. Where's my phone? Alright. Good. While we have a break point, is that on purpose? Or is it because I fucked something up? I think it's on purpose. It's not on purpose, never mind. Why would... Oh, wait. Yeah. I probably need to keep that alive. Or... I mean, maybe not, I don't know. What was the problem now? Why is that an invalid address? And where is my core stack? Right. Core stack is gone. But yeah, I guess, okay, that is garbage, but how can that happen? That shouldn't be the case. How? Hi, what's up? Format returns a string? Well, kinda, yeah. Ish. Well, it doesn't return a string, no. It returns pointer to a thread local buffer. Why is my layout busted? Wait, maybe because I'm using now the wrong. Because I assume we are using this one, right? At least I hope we are. That's not what I wanted. Oh, because I'm stupid. God damn it. STD move. And I guess don't really need to do an in place here. That can be a pushback, I guess. Or is it not a pushback? Oh, okay, it's an array, okay. Yeah, that's fine. In place is fine. I mean, it depends what you need to do, but thread local storages or thread local stuff is definitely faster than a lock usually, if you can avoid it, right? With that. So, because locking is worse usually, but again, you have to measure, right? It's not a one thing and then just every time apply it and hope for the best. Okay, so we now have a descriptor set, we have a pipeline, and we have probably a descriptor set layout, but I'm not seeing that anymore. But we have all the beautiful names that we could imagine. Nice. So at least we have everything named now, so that should make it better. I guess we could improve the command buffer naming, just to make it clear as well what that is, because I know what that is, but it's a little bit hard to read probably. And then we have still descriptor set layout without a name. How come that's the case? No, actually, how is that the case? Breakpoint. Actually, that like reminds me I could add a nice repair path. Where is my... Why is my stack and everything gone? Do I need to restart Vim or what? Everything is just rigged for some reason. Okay, we got it back. I have no idea why it was gone to begin with. Okay. But why? Oh, because we... Oh, okay. I see. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Is that shader cache? Probably, right? Yeah. Disk shader cache path entry, but the entry doesn't have anything, right? Yeah, no. Okay, so then I guess what we will do is we give the shader path here as well. It's probably a fire path, although I'm not sure. Let's do maybe unused. Okay, and then we update the reflection data. Although, hold on, the updated reflection data, it allocates stuff. That's maybe sus as well. I think that's not very nice. I think that's actually I think the update reflection data should just do that. And now we have another one that builds the descriptor set, I'd say. But for now, let's leave it. Let's actually fix this here. I want to get rid of the... So first I want to get rid of all the validation errors, but for that I wanted to add a little bit more debug so that I have more information which descriptor sets are complaining, because it's mostly descriptor sets that are currently an issue. Love. Nah, I don't know. So yeah, it's that, and then after that okay, we don't have... Maybe that's not needed? I'm not sure anymore about that function here. So yeah, fixing shader, not shader, fixing validation errors is the first thing. And then I wanted to see if we can clean up and improve the render graph, how it handles resources and everything. I'm seeing as the validation stuff already took quite longer than I would expect. Well, I know what's going on, but I wanted to add more debug information, so that's one thing. But yeah, seeing that it takes a little bit longer, maybe we don't get the render graph today. And I wanted to fix those validation errors first, I realized, before going to the terrain. But actually, now that you're here, I can show you as well my new beautiful debug UIs. So we have the mouse here and the keyboard. And as well, it shows scroll direction if you scroll, which is kind of nice, I think. All right. That being said, oops, I wanted to go here. So I think now we should have everything, right? Yeah, descriptor set layout, perfect. Nice. That was already kinda anyways implied, right? Because as this is the name of the descriptor set layout is kinda obvious, but still nice to have. All right, so let's then see what actually goes on. So this one we will fix last because I don't really know what's going on here yet. But the cluster AABBs, I think I know what happens and I think I know how to fix it, and the fix is actually kinda let's say boring, I guess. Light clusters. Yeah, this one. Actually, I might want to split those files finally. It's a bit of a pain that this would not be anyway split, but why? Hold on, why is it even a thing though? The update light. Wait, which one is wrong? It's the cluster AABBs in the create light clusters shade. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because shouldn't? Oh wait, maybe? We begin the frame. But that's fine then, isn't it? We begin the frame. Blah blah blah, and then pre-render. We do all of that, that's fine as well. On pre-render we don't care. Actually we might care. Wait, where is resource stuff? Hold on, where is my stupid resource thing? Find resources. Exactly. It's in begin frame. That should be fine then. Right? Oh, wait. Is it fine? Hold on. Because we do... Oops. Here. We do a dispatch. Oh, that does a pre-draw. But it might not have pending updates? No, I don't have anti-aliasing yet. I assume we are never... Are we never updating? Maybe... So when we bind... We do a update here. But because we never bind, I guess? No, wait, we should be binding, right? Oh, but maybe we... actually, maybe we don't anymore. Find resources. Maybe we don't anymore? Oh, we don't because it's, oh... I see. Wait, then... Cluster. Wait a second, I'm not... That's the light clusters, right? No, wait, in this case it should bind. Because it's an output. IMO, we should hit that here. Output resource info cluster A BBs, yes. So we step into, step over. Oh no, I missed it. Stupid me. God damn it. I am slightly lost here. Okay, where? Stupid me. Did some stuff and it horribly fared. Eh? No, thank you. Okay. Bind buffer, I guess. We will set a breakpoint here then. I'm not sure even if we record that ever. I have even no idea what I did here, but why is it like, what is going on? How did I break that? God damn it. Render graph task. How did I delete all of that? Some magic. Some magic. Perfect. Find resources, okay. It's not an input, it's an output. Where, I mean, maybe the input fares, but I don't know. Let's see. No, actually, yeah, it should be an output that fares. Then we go here, go here. No, not go here. I'll go here. Okay. Binding name cluster A BBs. Perfect. Now we do a write here. So in that case, shouldn't that be fine then already? So why would that fail then? Because I guess we go here, right? So why, wait, why do we bind for that time? Okay, so we have one here. So I guess we updated perfect. But then, wait, we already have a new validation error. Binding 0 index 0 cluster ABB is being used in dispatch, but has never been. But why? They clearly are there. Why would you not? Set one binding 0 by index 0. That's bizarre. Oh, I don't have the breakpoint anymore. Shouldn't that have... I mean, I wanted to anyways remove that. Kinda. But I would still want to understand why that fails. So we come in here, we do that, all of that. And we get right descriptor set here. It says cluster A, B, B. And the right descriptor set doesn't have a destination set. What? Okay, well we do have okay, we do have one. Destination binding 0. And we do have a buffer here. The buffer is valid as well. I mean, that looks fine, right? We call that all the time, right? Yeah, I think so. I mean, we do have a valid thing here, probably. I guess we could check the buffer. It looks fine. Huh. We are using it in the dispatch, but according to that, it was never updated. That's bizarre. If the descriptor updates as an end. Do we enter this branch? So that's our begin frame, right? That's fine. But how come when we go FR, where is my, okay, I guess I'm blind. Update light clusters is the file, right? So we should be able to hit that. We shouldn't be having a arrow yet, yeah. So I guess we step into that. And then we step into that. And then we step into that. And then we step over that. Okay, so we do have descriptor sets. That kind of makes sense. And then we have a frame index here. Frame index is 0. So we go to element 0 here. And we have pending updates. Looks fine. Wait, is that wrong? No, so first is the count. And then the... That's kind of weird that it's like that, but fine. Descriptor type storage buffer, that looks fine. Wait, no. That should be fine, right? Set 1 should be fine here. Because we're not including anything else, so I think that should be fine. Because I'm thinking, is it maybe because it's the global set that we're doing something that's not good? So we do that. Wait, where is even the... redraw? It can't be the only thing, right? Because where is my bindless? Find descriptor sets. Maybe we don't call that. Where do we call that? In bind shader effect. And that happens in render. I'm wondering if that is a problem. What was the error? Oh, we don't have it anymore. Let's run again. Maybe I'm not allowed to update them if they have not been bound. Is that it, maybe? I guess I could verify that. Oh no, wait. That doesn't make any sense. Because we do on render. Doesn't that? Oh wait. That is a problem. What is create light class the task using as a base class? Fixed shader node. Are they all using fixed shader node? Yeah, they do. But I'm wondering if... So what did I just see there? Hold on. I'm wondering why. So that binds it. But then that should be fine. Because then we do on render. And on render then updates the descriptor set. Right? Cluster, update. Am I like completely losing my mind or? So we go in here and that does a pre-draw and that does all that stuff. I am officially confused about that. It looks fine, but it isn't. Or do I need to call the update before the bind? I mean, that would be kind of weird, but I mean, I guess we can try that. How do I do that again? Pre-draw, so probably... How does that work? Pre-draw. What do you call? I think it's something on the shader instance, right? No, it's just shader effect pre-draw, okay. I guess we could do that. Pre-draw. And we don't even need to care about that it's called a second time. Because that doesn't matter. Because the first one will take priority, and then... yeah, and then it just happens. But I mean, I doubt that that's... I mean, it changed. Okay, so I mean, that changed slightly what the error is. Actually, it might have gone away, yeah. Because I think we had that before anyways as well. Is that really how you have to do it? You have to update and then bind? Or maybe. Maybe. I guess then this is kind of the same, right? Or maybe not, actually. Sky is being used in draw but has never been updated. Few constants. Do we even take that is the question, right? Sky. It's probably atmospheric sky task if I would have to guess. With buffer handle, texture. I assume the first one is the few constants, yeah. Oh, but that's not... wait, maybe that one is... yeah, that's a... no, that is a fixed shader node. Interesting. So we definitely didn't fix it all. Because that one points that our few constant has never been updated, which is kind of weird. Alright, I will get something more to drink and quick bathroom break, be right back, and then we will continue. Those errors, I wanted to get rid of different anyways, but I would still want to understand why they happen, because we might still use the scriptor sets to some extent, so I want to understand them and then we fix them. Be right back. I was muted. Oopsie. Hello, Rainbow Jimon. Yes, indeed, coffee. All right. Let's see. I wanted to quickly check something. Vulcan. Oh no, not like that. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, like that probably. But not this one. Where? I'm not sure which one I want to use. Is there a simple one? Just a texture or something like that? I mean, I guess we could do PBR basic maybe. Okay, so here he has VK update descriptor sets, which he does in setup descriptors, which he calls here. So that's where he calls VK update. So he updates there, but where does he bind? Okay, so he first updates, I guess, or pair pipelines. Yeah, so he first for sure prepare frame. Okay, I guess it's like that we update first. And then we bind. And currently I'm doing it not like that. So that's definitely something that's a problem, I would assume. But then why is the few constants a problem? Because shouldn't the few constant? Did few constants task? Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't update the. Where do we do that? That's the biggest question, actually. Do we actually update it anywhere? Huh. If we do it, it's probably in graphics system, but I'm not even sure where. Or maybe in graphics API? Few? Or like constants? I am slightly confused. So we got the few constants. in my mind. The few constants should work as well. Because aren't we update view constant task, right? So that one does this. And it updates that one to the current one. And then shouldn't that internally then do the rest? Because shouldn't that just work with famous last words? Let's see. Do the other errors really, are they like, did they disappear? I mean, I guess they did. Because I guess if I bring that back, so if we go here, comment that out, I assume we have more again. Yeah, now we have grid stuff again. Well, actually, maybe it's not that much less. I don't know. Maybe it's... No, I mean, definitely... Okay, no, never mind. It's still there. Shouldn't that be... Okay, where maybe? Okay, hold on. Let's rethink that. Bind shader effect, bind shader effect. We did do the update, right? Already. Because that happens in pre-render. So that should be fine. Thinking that probably something with the descriptor sets is wrong. Or with the bind point? Maybe the... No, the bind point is probably fine. I assume. But maybe this is... Maybe this logic how I built the sets is not correct. Like what is first set here? Why is that 0? I think that's I think a mistake here. Maybe that is the mistake, maybe. Maybe I have a bug there. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so we do a first set. 0, fine. And we have 2 descriptor sets here. Great light clusters. That's already the right one I wanted to look at. Perfect. And now we have here 2 elements actually. Cluster AABBs in set 0. Oh wait, is that just, I think that's just a different frames, right? Probably. I think that's the frame list. Yeah. So we actually only have like 1. And then we get the set. Which is set 1. And then we push that to the binding point, which probably is fine, right? Compute. Which is fine for create light clusters, yes. And then this layout, first set, descriptor set count, descriptor sets. Which should be fine then. Hi Rizoma. Welcome, welcome. Fascinating. So I guess we didn't have an arrow yet, right? Oh no, we did. What does VKX descriptor indexing do? Maybe I just enabled that? Maybe I just enabled that. Up VK descriptor binding flags. Where would I put those things? Does that have flags or what? Maybe those? Cool. Cool creation flags. Maybe the update after bind? Why would you not like that? Probably because it's not a flag anymore then. Flags, VK. Ah, this script. God damn it, I hate it. You usually only have that for bindless stuff, that is correct, but I'm not sure if I maybe need that just always. I don't know, I will try it. Probably is wrong. Let's let's be honest, it probably is wrong. And if it works, it's just a side effect of me being a little bit more lenient, but probably not correct. Well, it doesn't fix the errors, I guess. I mean, I would have been surprised anyways. Oh, but it still says with binding flags 0. Descriptor writes test binding was created with that. Okay, I am confused. So it's probably not that. Paste. Oh, geez, that's not what I wanted. Where do I set that? I hate it. But it's not here, what? Maybe it's the stage flags? No, the stage flags is not it. Never mind. Descriptor said layout. Create flags. Maybe it's that? Maybe it's that? I don't know. Wait, this one, right? Does that have a flag? No. Not that I would see. Buffer? VK descriptor buffer info. Okay, that is just empty. Okay. Then maybe it's the layout. But I mean, I'm a little bit guessing here. Update after? Was it after? Descriptor indexing. Does it say what that does? Okay, yeah, that's bindless. Okay, so he doesn't use that at all. anywhere else. Okay, and then in the descriptor set layout, it does the same. Am I even doing that? That's another thing. Am I even doing that? When I create my descriptor set? Oh, I think I do. Probably. Because I most likely do it from the graphics API. Right. When I do the bindless, I most likely create the bindings. Yeah, here. Okay, yeah, I see. All right. So never mind, that's not it. I'm still confused why that whole flow is even wrong to begin with. Because it looks correct. Okay, so that one is fine again. Because what I don't get is why it even says that. Oh wait, that's in the update light cluster. Does that change anything? Did I look at the wrong kind of shader? So we have to create and then we have to update. We have to update here on init, on begin. That one updates some stuff, but that's fine. That's not the one it complains about. Oh, but then here we do a bind. Oh, but that's even as well not the one it complains about, right? So it doesn't really matter. Do we still have the render graph task? Let's get rid of that again. I'm still not convinced I need that. The update light cluster set 1. Okay, hold on. Maybe was looking at the wrong shader. That doesn't help. Set 1. It's those two. I think actually, hold on. Maybe it's just that. Where was that bind? this one here. Why do I even bind that? Do I need to bind that? Why did I bind that? What does bind do? It calls on the shader effect, right? But that doesn't do actually anything, right? Yeah, it doesn't, so I think I shouldn't do that. And instead here, I think instead I should here m shader instance bind m light storage buffers at index frame index context. Oh, okay, we have the frame index already. And then that one. I think that was the mistake. This bind late in the pipeline. Is that not it? Ah, and then frame index. I think that should get rid of it. That was probably the mistake, I'd assume. Because we shouldn't do that once we have already found everything. How did I look 1 hour at the wrong shader? That's amazing. I think that's gone, yeah. I think it's gone. Yep. Okay. That explains a whole lot more. Oh, because I looked at this one, and this one is a different one. But yeah, I need to still look at that one. But okay, let's actually see if we do any other binds like that. Okay. Okay, well, I guess we don't. Do we use that one? I guess we don't. Okay, that's good. I think I will kill those functions. I think they are not helpful at all. But I'm not sure. I think they cause more harm than they help. Because you would need to know exactly when you're allowed to call them on the command buffer. And I think rarely that's the case. That you would know when to call that. So I guess here we would need... Well, that one is special because I think that one automatically binds correctly. Or does it? Oh yeah, that should be fine, I think. That one should be good. I'm not quite sure where the other one comes from. Okay, let's look at the sky then. Atmospheric sky task. Maybe we do something stupid there as well. No, we don't. Unlucky. Sorry. Why not? Doing overtime. let's still again bring back the render, well, yeah, render graph thing, just to be sure that that is not an issue. I don't know who is paying it yet, but I'm expecting payment. It's being used in dispatch, but has never been updated. Great. So that doesn't help, but I kinda expected that. I don't think this is a thing. So let's start again, get a clean log, and then yeah. I am not quite sure why that would be the case. Hey, thank you.
I guess I am paying for your overtime and TTS that still does not exist.
Well, joke's on you. TTS does exist. At least I hope you heard it. I heard it. Are you trolling me or did you really not hear it? Okay, good. I can replay it if you want. Well, I don't know if I can actually because I don't have the overlay here. Well, not the overlay, but the events, I think. Yeah, I could turn it up, I guess. I never had I will turn it up a little bit then. I didn't know what would be a good volume for it, I guess. But see, you have TTS. It's being used in dispatches. It's not been updated. But why? I hate this descriptor set stuff. I am hating it with every last shred of I don't know what. So I bind here. I guess what we could try is M shader instance pre-draw. Or not here. I mean, maybe. I mean, I still think this should be at least getting rid of that, but because it has to update at that point. Trying to make this thing work in zero log. Hmm. I don't know if I would want to have JSON logging, but what do I know? I don't think I would prefer that. Take a look at the API. Ah, okay, yeah. They have something similar in the engine that I'm using right now. But it's not really, I guess it could output it to JSON then as well. But yeah, they have as well key values for the log attributes. I don't understand this. How can this even happen that you have... Jesus fucking Christ. There is a shitty VK update. Or? Yeah. VK update descriptor sets here. So how the hell? Wait. Actually, hold on. There was one thing. No, that should be not a thing, I think. Because those are all the same descriptor set, right? Exactly, they are all the same descriptor set. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You could query on it or store it in databases probably more easily and stuff like that, or in like, yeah, some log tools like Kibana or whatever, or Grafana or whatever you would want to call it, like different like web interfaces that help you log or like analyze your logs. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, I have that on my list of debug tools to add more, like add key value logging to my logger, so that instead of you just have a format string, you put dedicated names per format thing. That this would be possible. Yeah, exactly, structured logging, yeah. True, that's the proper name for it, yeah. I'm still confused how that... Wait, actually... No. So we don't have an error yet. Now we get one right away. Oh, but that's the depth storage stuff. That's... I mean, that's... Let's say it's fine, I don't know. Where is my breakpoint? And then we have SPO light grid. It's being used in dispatch but has never been updated. SPO light grid. Is that a custom buffer that I do, right? It's this one. But those are output pins. Let's try something. Wait. No, yeah, that's SPO line grid. How can this even be? I mean, I'm clearly updating it. That's so bizarre. Hello, Pit Furian. I'm not sure if that's true. My code is not that powerful, but welcome, welcome. I think you overestimate the abilities of my programming. Especially given the fact how long we already need to fix that crap. That is so confusing, to say the least. Global ID. Oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. It's like so weird. All of those could be gone if I change it to the way I want to work these buffers anyways. But still, I don't quite understand how that still can happen though. That is true, I guess. Let's fix that here. Well, I would have hoped that I get more stuff done today than absolutely nothing, more or less. We are pretty much... Well, we fixed one validation error. but this one is like kind of bizarre. I don't quite understand it because it looks fine in my mind, but it clearly is not. So we always update the buffer here, that's fine. Why is that a thing? Wait, hold on. Oh no, never mind, yeah, that's all good. Yeah. So it still says that I'm in create light clusters. That's the most confusing thing I've ever seen. Let's see, do we have any changes? I think I fixed it, but I still don't want to lose anything. Or did I fix it? Let me think. No, I didn't actually. So let's stash that. Although will that work? No, right? I guess we just submit them then. Doesn't really matter, we didn't change a whole lot. Except for that, which doesn't seem to cause any issues. Render graph. Clang format mostly. And then let's CMake. Select configure preset. Let's do, well, maybe I was already on X11, I'm not sure. Clang X11 debug. That should build, hopefully. Now I want to look at it with RenderDoc because I'm so confused. And I think you see the descriptor updates there. Because I'm losing it. Alright, so let's close that. Let's open RenderDoc. Load that one. That looks fine. Do we need verify buffer access? I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Oh, maybe I think it changed. It might have changed. Build Clang X11, yes, and then code. Okay. And now we don't have any issues, or what? Why does it not do any validation errors here? Can you explain that to me? What? Let's do that. But it says enable API validation. Whatever. I think that's ImGUI stuff. Maybe we should group them as well, just to be sure. But let's see. Create light cluster task. We have the bind pipeline, and then bind descriptor set. But what? Wait a second. Why is it like that? Oh no, that's fine, right? But do I ever see if it's updated or not? I guess I don't. Unfortunate, I guess. This one, for example, as well, should have some descriptor sets usually, I think. It's Linux, there is no Copilot. What? Why would you want Copilot? What? So that's the, yeah, that's fine. Light clusters A, B, B. That looks fine to me. Maybe I should give them different names. Oh, okay. Maybe we should. Where is that? Well, I guess we could. Those are all the buffers, right? And then well, we need this. Because that helps, maybe it's not the first frame that fails, but a consecutive frame or something like that, and then maybe we see that. That would maybe help. So how does that look now? it absolutely did nothing, or what? Cool. That didn't change any. Oh, well, I guess it didn't change anything because I would only see it here, probably. I should have read that, but... Zero warnings. It's pristine, this engine, right? But it's definitely not. Right, cluster A, BB 0. Yeah, might be right, might be wrong. Who cares? I mean, I wouldn't know. We might be in frame 0. I mean, it kind of makes sense because we're on an... well, does it make sense? Hold on. 0. Actually, it doesn't make too much sense that we are on cluster 0 in frame... Well, I guess it depends which frame we entered into the scene, so yeah. No, actually, it doesn't. Actually, it doesn't. Can I take... I will take 2 samples. One after another. Maybe we queue it for frame 1000 or something like that. We take 2 samples. Well, that was maybe a little bit too high, the 1000, but... That should now be 2 different frame numbers, right? That's the idea. So if that's working, then... yeah. Oh, but that's the initial content, right? It doesn't say which are currently in there. Or? Well, I guess I see that in the pipeline state. So that's 0. And then let's go to the other sample. That is sus. Why would it be the same number? The same frame, like the same buffer? That one is a string here. And we do have 2 different names here, right? This. Oh, I don't see the debug name, right? Do I see the debug name? I mean, probably in the buffer properties. Okay, now I want to start. Okay, so we do definitely do that. And then aren't we setting a different cluster here all the time? Is that the issue? I mean, that would explain a whole lot more. Or it would be kind of fascinating that it even worked to begin with then. So that's fine. But then what is the frame context? Frame index 0. Frame index 1. That I less than max frame. Why? You mean because I only do 2 or what? Shouldn't it be like the number? Not necessarily. The swap chain can have many more images than what we want to have in flight. We want to have 2 in flight always, like because we are double buffering, but the swap chain can have 3, 4, 5 images. So we will just wait then until we finished one rendering of the frame, and we might get a different swap chain image then, but we always have only 2 active at the same time. Well, 2 graphic API cycles, but we might have 5 different swap chain images already queued. If our graphics processing is faster than what we can present. And currently max frames in flight is smaller, which is 2 than what the swap chain gives us. Swap chain, I think currently on my machine has like 3 or 4 images, I think. Something like that. But why? Okay, so we do that. Then pre-render. Isn't that... Wait, it's still not that. Oh no, yeah, and then we go in here. That should hopefully... I forgot what my hotkey for step into is. That was wrong. That was definitely wrong. I'm curious. I think I might have a... But I think I found a bug because that shouldn't be the same buffer. And that might explain... Well, something maybe. I'm not too sure if it explains something, but it's kind of bizarre. Get resource on the global ID. We get that. Now we set the handle. I'm still a little confused why that would be the case. That could be true. But I mean, I guess we would need to do a min, right? If we would want to be 100% correct, I guess what you mean is we would need to do find the minimum, either the swap chain images or the desired frames, and then do a min of that, I assume. Okay. We have one output pin, that's fine. It's a buffer, that's good as well. And my buffer handle. So the buffer name is what? Cluster A BBs. Yeah. And the buffer is, which buffer are you? Are you nothing yet? Well, actually, why is it nothing yet? Okay. But then, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. That's all nice and sandy. When do we hit that? Here. What is that? SPO light grid. Why is that the thing that we hit that again? Oh, because maybe we... it's probably because of the thing that I did, right? But that's still bizarre. Wait. Why is it that I only set the destination set but not the bind? Is that wrong? Destination binding 1. Do I ever have? Okay, no, I do have a different binding here. Okay. Well, unfortunate. I thought I found an error, but I didn't. But we don't have any errors yet. Am I even... Oh no, I'm loading the scene editor, yeah. I think we're not getting far today. Why would that even be so weird? I mean, that's all nice and so, but yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey? Ah, it's this one. And that again is light cluster 0. It's all zeros. Which doesn't make a whole... That doesn't make any fucking sense. Because that should be 0, that should be 1. It's either that or this one should be 1, but it didn't. Which is bizarre. Print the index. I mean, I guess... But can I? I mean, the frame index looked fine. That's the thing. Is the address the same? Can I see somehow the address? It probably is the same. Wait, am I maybe stupid and doing something that's like... Hold on. No, I'm not right. I'm not doing that. Update light cluster task. No, that looks fine. And I mean, those are two different buffers, right? It's like I'm not completely losing my mind. Those are two separate buffers. I don't care about that. Okay, that's whatever, 1B3, 1B3. Fine. One B5, 1B5. Yeah, that's two different buffer instances. Well, unfortunate. But yeah, I would want to probably change them to device addresses anyways, but I would still want to understand where it goes wrong before doing that. I mean, we can print the index, but even then, I doubt that is making a whole lot of difference, but we can. Update or like setting cluster AABB to wait, but it is create light clusters. Yeah, okay. I mean, that is anyways kind of as well a false positive, but yeah, I want to fix it, even though it's not how the engine in the end will work, but yeah. Just to be sure, this doesn't return magic. Let's do one more thing. Yank that. Actually, I want to see what that is, yeah. Are we maybe not? That might. I mean, that would be a crazy bug, but again, not out of the realm of possibilities. So first of all, what is my context? Frame index is just a 1 here. But then what's buffer? If you are saying now, no, it's 1. Yeah, I already checked that once, right? I did do that. And then where do I want to go? Is critical set? Okay. Is it this one? Setting buffer at frame index. Okay, and then let's do I have the frame index here? Probably not, actually. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can get the frame. Where? Actually, we can get it probably outside. It's probably here, right? Yeah. Setting buffer at frame index. I mean, that will spam quite a lot. Setting buffer. That looks fine. Yeah, setting buffer view constants at 1. Then it says it didn't get an update for the light. Oh, but only in frame 1. Frame 0 was fine or what? Okay, but then no, then frame 0 has the same issue. Then I guess we go back and frame 1 has again the issue, yeah. Weird. It started frame 1 because I'm entering the scene at a random frame, so it's like a 50-50 chance. Those shaders only run when you enter the scene. So I bet if we run it, well, I bet it probably is, as I said, a 50-50 chance. Why did that now rebuild? And now my logs are gone. Beautiful. I don't know how that happened. But that's on my list. I created actually a Jira for Jira. I created the bug report on the package manager that I'm using for that because it's actually quite painful. If they don't answer in like a week or so, I will fix it different, like that you don't lose progress. But yeah, it was only logs, but still annoying. Why did you do that? Oh, and we deleted. Oh wait, I can actually do that. Haha, tricked you. Because I didn't close the session yet, so I had the undo tree, basically. But why did it switch to Wayland suddenly? It's like so bizarre. I don't understand that. But okay. What? Yeah, okay, I mean it's still fine, mostly. It says it doesn't like that still. I think I'm too cooked today to investigate further with that. Jesus, I would have hoped that that would be easier. The question is either I just disregard it and move the render graph to the descriptor bindings anyways. Yeah, the buffer device addresses, or I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use OpenGL. It's probably something super stupid and super easy, but I just don't see where the flow is wrong. But I might take a bit of a break and probably I am back. Yeah, I think I will be back later today. I will get a little bit of a break, do probably get some, well, early dinner, and then I'll be most likely, because I still want to get that render graph stuff done, but I will do a bit of research in like other Vulkan applications to see what I might be missing, and then we will fix it on stream. I will not fix it off stream because I guess maybe some people are interested in what the issue actually is. But yeah, I need a bit of a break. Looking at logs and all of that kind of drained me. Let's see if we can raid someone in the meantime. Is Cakes streaming? No, he's not. How could he? Oh, let's raid Mr. D-Boy. He always... I looked a little bit at his streams, it kind of looks interesting. So let's raid him. I will be back after dinner, probably in like 2 hours or so. Something like that. And then we will continue. Hope to see you then. Take care.